project on pedagogy for large class sizes really came about because we recognize that with the high increased demand for higher education in Africa, especially public universities are having to cater for bigger and bigger numbers of students.
We really want to look inward as a continent to figure out how do we develop the practices, share the modules that are working, find solutions that are really tailored for our own context on the continent.
This project was intended to revolutionize higher learning. We wanted to revolutionize the teaching and learning in large classes.
We know that public universities tend to struggle with large classes because they are usually on government scholarship, so many students apply, and these universities, after they get all these students, they do not have time, they do not have the resources to focus on the individual student.
But then, how do we manage these learners so that they are all engaged, that they are all participating, that they are all active in the learning so that they can all take home the learning outcome, they can learn. There are strategies that can be used to be able to handle that large number of students so that every student actually comes out with the intended learning outcomes.
It's how we teach that determines whether our learners are going to come out with the subject-specific knowledge and content and also with the skills that you need.
We are working with the 3 universities in Ghana and in Kenya who have large class sizes and have experience engaging these class sizes to come up with good models and pedagogies that we can document, practice, and then share with other universities on the continent.
In our complex, ever-changing world, we really need to stay agile and learn from what's happening in our environments. So design thinking as a methodology helps us to create novel solutions for wicked problems. And in Africa, we know we've got lots of complexity, lots of challenges, where we can actually use design thinking to innovate within our specific fields.
We want to think like a superhero. We want to think like an engineer that is designing for 2055. We want to go back in the past maybe, and we think like Henry Ford and Henry Ford's time. So we can apply different idea methods to broaden our thinking.
We're going to be using the design thinking process to help them explore different pedagogies and approaches for teaching at a large scale in classrooms across the continent. So using human-centered design and tools grounded in empathy to help them understand the needs of both the staff and their students, and come up with new approaches and plans for how to deal with the complexity of our growing classrooms.
Our universities, our classrooms, our teaching spaces are all complex systems. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of actions, a lot of processes going on. So what a rich picture helps us do is we're going to visualize this system, okay, to help us understand what the gaps and opportunities in it are.
The University of Ghana as a whole has a population of over 61,000, but the business school has approximately 3,000 and above. Managing them is equally a challenge. So getting into this program, the Innovative Pedagogies for large class sizes, I've learned quite a number of things that will help us improve how we engage with our students and how we manage the student population in our classes.
The minimum number of students in a class is 200. For some courses, you will find a group of 300, 350 students. So it becomes then very difficult for the lecturer to have a one-on-one with the learners. And therefore, the Education Collaborative Project on pedagogies for large classes is so timely, because what happens is with the competencies that we are likely to get from this, we will possibly have a better way of engaging with the learners. Leveraging on technology, we should be able then to find a strategy that would ensure that our students are able to benefit maximally.
We are looking at teaching of large classes as a plus to revolutionizing our curriculum towards constructivism, towards active learning, towards learner-centeredness. And that to us is timely because we are at a time when we are transitioning from knowledge-based curriculum to the competency-based curriculum to harmonize and revolutionize university curricula across the programs to speak to learner-centeredness.
The key issue here is for us to get pedagogies that can help us to have our learners achieve critical thinking, problem-solving skills, entrepreneurial skills, and all those soft skills, in addition to attaining the discipline-specific skills and knowledge that we need. So that means the classroom has to change. It has to change. Methods that we use in the classrooms must change to methods that will arouse and bring out critical thinking, deep learning, problem solving, and all those entrepreneurship skills that are needed in the 21st century in the job market.
I'm really looking forward to what we come up with at the end, practicing it, documenting it, and then sharing it across other universities and seeing it, improve the learning outcomes of the students that we serve.
To enhance, to come up with innovative pedagogies, to focus on the learning outcomes, to ensure that the learners can leave our universities when they are employable, when they are good entrepreneurs, when they are ethical, so that they can solve the problems in the real world of work, the problems in our communities.